process.
No, her question was if you have, let's say you're 3 payments behind, for example, and you know you're doing your own modification or Hope is doing it. Lates, no, should not be recurring, rolling lates, I should say, if you're in some kind of negotiating process.
So
Yeah, I've seen it happen though.
Can those be
Yeah.
challenged?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I can. Lates are actually very easy to get off a report, and I can show you proof here all day long. The reason is because of the cost of verification that the bureaus incur. According to Fair Isaac, does anyone know how many people a day contact the bureaus? You know, 25 million of us a day. Every day, email, write letters, faxing, calling, whatever you want a combination of, to correct this or correct that, along with the inaccuracies and fraud. So, and the credit bureaus incur roughly a 30 cents back office cost for every verification that we ask them to do, times 25 million people. So they don't lift a finger on some of the older stuff or older collections or lates. Who cares? They just end up dropping off. Even foreclosures can be deleted. I can show you as well. Is that please check your credit as often as you can. It's imperative because it can cost you, and your mortgage lender's not going to get paid his commission because they can't close your loan. But I'm saying is, please check your credit as all possible. Because if you don't, it's going to cost you, and rates probably will go back up in the near future. Her question was, should I be paying off my credit card debt every month? Yeah, because remember earlier we talked about the credit card companies reducing your credit limits? Doesn't matter what your limit is, at zero, you always have 100% available. That's healthy. And you're most likely thinking, like Susie Orman on TV, she says, keep accounts alive. And that's why revolving Visa, MasterCard, Discover accounts go inactive because of non-usage. Because on the flip side, where the bureaus incur a cost to do a verification, the major creditors have to pay the bureaus money to be on the report. And the credit card companies pay roughly $1 a year times 3 bureaus, $3 a year to maintain that Visa, MasterCard account. So if you're not using it for 2-3+ years, times 40 million customers, it can add up. They can save millions of dollars. So to force them to spend that $3, use it at least twice a year. Do people think that their card, if you pay it off every month, it's going to close? No. It's just a matter of how much usage you do it on a yearly basis. Use it at least twice a year, and you pay it off. It'll keep it alive, open. But paying off your credit card every month is good. Maintain 100% availability. This is a question before, by the way. Her question was, do you see the credit bureaus changing the way they do business? And the answer is, oh yeah, they're always changing it. Years ago, someone can be added on as an authorized user to mommy daddy's credit card, for example. So let's say if you had a 10,000 credit card limit and you're maxed out at 10 grand, and mother comes along and adds you to her 10,000 on credit card, your limits go from 10 to 20,000, availability goes from 0 to 50%. It's a white lie. And the scores are going up like crazy, and the lender's saying, hey, wait a minute, that's a white lie, you can't do that. So even the credit bureaus looked at it and say, we're no longer going to add FICO point gain to authorized users. Well, in fact, only Experian 50% of the time will do that or not do that, but the other two have been still given point gain. That was 5 years ago. So there's a product called Advanta Scoring, where we adopted Fair Isaac back in 1980, and the whole bank system was on Fair Isaac by the end of the 80s. Their scores go from 300 to 850 on the high side. Advantage scoring is kind of like grading on a curve. They start at 501, goes up through 990. But so far, they're still basing things on Fair Isaac. In fact, there's other countries around the world, the Philippines, Mexico, Canada, China, Hong Kong, they're all thinking about looking at Fair Isaac eventually, because it can create a better economy, but even though there's a lot of mistakes. So yeah, they're looking at it, but so far they're holding steady.
The front page on a package you were handed out, it's a valuation form. What we're going to do is you fill this out, fill out the information at the bottom. You can also see there's a selection there of topics you may be interested in. In the middle, if you select those topics, mark those and what you thought about the presentation today. But down here you have some things you can mark, things that interest you, things that we need to look at for you. Try to get speakers on. But fill out the bottom here, mark some stuff here. If any of you want to try and schedule some appointments to work with some people, let me know what you're interested in. We have some, we call it a gray area here, the days that you're kind of available, so we can try and work on that. But if you can do the evaluation at the top, so we have an idea how well we're doing when we do these presentations. Also in there is a calendar, and we have some temporary classes scheduled in there. Some other seminars we're going to be doing out throughout the month. And there's a page right behind that that explains those classes. So we have like FRC classes, which covers a lot of stuff that might help you improve your business, especially in real estate. Wealth preservation, which we talk about the economy and preserving your wealth. Income for life, land banking, 36-9 foreclosures and stuff. Over here at this table here, we start networking in a couple minutes. You can register for classes. If we get at least 6 people or more in the classes, then we're going to schedule and we'll call you back and tell you. They're at the First Street location, not very far from here. They're going to be, we're starting them at 6:30. They'll probably go for an hour, hour and a half. These are all free classes and we're trying to just bring more stuff available to the association members. Also at this table, you can sign up and say whether you would like to be in the association. The membership, of course, is free. And like I said, we're looking for membership. You can pick membership if you want to look at being on the board to help us with the organization. Newsletters, association partner, meaning that you have a business, could be anything, pizza place even. You want to give discounts to our partnerships, our membership. And then the classes, you just mark which ones you do. You can go to all of them or one of them or none of them. It's up to you. The more people are interested in them, the more participation we're going to have. But let's go ahead and fill this out. Now, like I said, this is the very first meeting of the organization. We expect to get a lot more membership as goes on, more strategic partners coming in. The newsletter's going to start going out to keep you informed of what's happening. But we are in dire need of some people to help run the organization. Like I said, it's brand new, just starting. It was a rough start. But I think I think you will see that it's probably going to be extremely valuable for everybody with all the networking you'll be able to do. The idea is have these networking meetings. Also notice that Rhonda Edgar's here. She's one of our lawyers that are in our network. Rhonda is an attorney. You probably want to say hi to her, grab some business cards. But the idea here is eventually we'll have strategic partners here at all these meetings, and you can network with them, ask them questions, bring stuff you might be interested in, have questions about to them, and get questions and stuff answered and build relationships with people before you work with them. So as you finish the sheet, just tear the top one off, and then Terrie's going to throw it in a box. And then we need some really credible person to do the draw. Everybody know Hank Rosenden? A lot of people tend to know Hank. I figured him to be a highly credible guy to pull out who's going to win. Oh, we got another couple? Pick one out, okay? Is yours in here? Okay. We have Ivana. Is it Ivana Hope?